serious and silliness, I need you to subscribe and like and comment this video. This video is very informative, and I have no questions, so we're not going to do any questions because you guys have been skimping on the questions, but that's okay. So this video is going to be about gaslighting. No, not that type of gaslighting. Gaslighting is a term used in psychology for people that are basically manipulative. Somebody will try to make you question your own memory. They come up with you accuse them of something that is factual, and they kind of turn it around and blame you. So for example, here's a simple one, okay? This is very simple. You're offended. Somebody says something to you. Says, hey, what are you getting, fat? And you go, what? Really? I'm getting fat? Why would you say that? And they go, oh, you're too sensitive. Well, no, you're not too sensitive. You're a fucking insulting cunt. That's really what it comes down to. So a lot of times I've noticed this in relationships that women tend to use this.
Who said that?
Not me, I didn't say that.
Who the fuck said that?
Was it me?
Who's the slimy little communist shit twinkle-toed cocksucker down here who gets signed his own death warrant?
Not me. Okay, so guys, if you're ever in a relationship, let me know if this ever happened to you, okay? You have an argument with your wife or your girlfriend or whatever, and I don't know, whatever the argument's about. Okay, how about this one? You both do laundry, but you screwed up the laundry because you put bleach in, whatever. And you say to her, what'd you do to my underwear? It's terrible. It's all bleed. You don't know how to do laundry. And then she goes, you're the one who doesn't know how to do laundry. Remember this day and that day and this day. And you could come up with it top of your head. And you're sitting there going, do I really not know how to do laundry? She goes, yeah, you don't know. You're the one that can't do laundry. You're the one. You messed up my thing. You messed up my this. You messed up my that. And you go, maybe I can't do laundry. So what's happening there is they're basically insulted, or they're terrible at doing something, and they're kind of flipping it around on you because they don't want to be accountable. Now, and little things like this, right? When you're in an argument, it doesn't matter. Okay, big deal. If you're in an argument and a woman says, anything, gaslighting is very, very common that women use in an argument. But you're arguing. You know that expression? What is it? All's fair in love and war, right? All right, so you have an argument, big deal. But gaslighting can be really, really used to be really harmful, right? So I'll give you an example from my own personal life, right? I was dating a girl who had a drinking problem, but I didn't know she had a drinking problem. She kept it very secret. She was very attractive. Okay, she was probably in her early to mid 30s when this happened. She had a good job. I remember she was like an executive for like JP Morgan Chase. She had a nice house. And I couldn't put my finger on this change of personality, this drastic change of personality. And I kept questioning about it, when. And then finally, after a few days, she said to me, after a few days of questioning, she said to me, you have to find out what's wrong with you because you are very insecure. You have to work on yourself, okay? Because we can't have a relationship until you work out your insecurities. And I went home that day. I remember it was a Sunday. I went home and I was like, maybe I am too insecure. Maybe I should go see a therapist. And I did. I fucking did. I went to go see a therapist. Talking to the therapist and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And I remember the therapist saying to me, does this girl have any kind of substance abuse problem? And I was like, well, I don't really know, right? I don't remember the dialogue between her and I exactly, but I remember the therapist pointed it out right away. Whatever dialogue I had said to her, she pointed out right away. She said, does this person have any substance abuse problems? And I did remember a story about when she told me about cocaine in college. And I told her, and I was like, well, she did tell me about cocaine in college, cocaine issue. She had a problem, but she said she doesn't do cocaine anymore. And she said, look, this is very common. What she's trying to do is gaslight you. She's trying to make her problems not hers by convincing you that you're the problem. But meanwhile, she could still live chaotically. And it was damaging, because I remember I was really, really worried. I was like, am I this insecure? Is there really a problem? Right? Now, but there was still no proof that this girl had a drinking problem. So, okay, whatever, time goes by, so on and so forth, whatever. Maybe a week or two goes by. I go out with her and her girlfriend, and I had a friend that was single. He came along. We went to a sports bar. Anybody who goes to a sports bar, you know, basically, you have a few beers, some wings, watch a game, shoot pool, play darts, blah, blah, blah. They were doing shots of Patron at the sports bar, the two girls. And I remember I had to carry her in the car, drive her home, and carry her up 2 flights of stairs and put her in bed. I leave, go home, I go to work the next day. Because I remember I was working on a Saturday. It was a half a day I was working on a Saturday. Get out of work, I give her a call. She's talking to me like nothing's wrong. I was like, you realize you got so drunk last night, you passed out. I had to carry you up into the bedroom. And once again, she did it to me again. And she said, look, it just got away with me. You know, the drinking just got out of hand. I'm sure you've had those days where it's happened to you. And of course you think to yourself, yeah, okay, yeah, there has been those days where, you know, you get too drunk. She goes, it was just one of those days. It's no big deal, blah, blah, blah. And once again, it happened. Making me believe something that's not real. So then it happened a third time. And then that's when I was like, all right, I'm out. This is ridiculous, right? Because the third time was even worse. The third time, she got so drunk, she was walking home. It was a neighborhood bar. She was walking home, and she fell, and she scratched her face, and she got home, and she wound up losing her bag, her money, her cell phone, and every morning she used to text me, hey, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't get a text. So that afternoon, she calls me from another number. She tries to convince me that somebody mugged her and punched her in the face. This time I wasn't having it. This time I knew it wasn't me. I go see her. She has a couple of scratches. Anyway, long story short, we wound up breaking up. Okay, done. I learned a lesson, okay? God knows who I have no idea what happened to this person. Okay, anyway, basically that's gaslighting. It could be really extreme. It could be something simple, right? So the moral of the story is, if she does it to you during an argument, it's no big deal, right? It really isn't. It's no big deal. But if she's doing it to you constantly because she has a problem, or she doesn't have a problem, but she's so insecure that she has to do it to you constantly during a regular conversation, listen, the best thing to do is just, you know, cut your losses and keep it moving, right? Anyway, so where does this term come from? So there was a movie, I think in the early 40s, starring Ingrid Bergman, who was a tremendous actress. And the movie was called Gaslight. And what it was she was blind, and the husband was trying to basically convince her that night was day and day was night by adjusting the gaslight, or something to that effect. I never saw the movie, to be honest with you, but that's where the term comes from. Okay. So how do you handle a woman that does this? All right. If you're not able to leave, what you have to do is like basically fight fire with fire, right? So if she says, for argument's sake, you can't do laundry, you say to her, well, I might not be able to do laundry, but you can't cook to save your life. And you know what else? My family talks about how bad of a cook you are. Friends talk about how bad of a cook you are. They think you are the worst cook. Oh man, that will stop them in their tracks. Why? Because women can't stand when other people think terribly of them. Now, I don't really suggest doing this because you're just lowering yourself. If you can't get out of this relationship, that's the only way to really deal with it. But at that moment when you're in an argument, it's fine. But if you have to deal with this constantly, it's no good. I don't like when men use manipulative tactics. I don't. To me, that's a feminine trait. And for lack of a better word, men that manipulate are bitches. Pimps manipulate, manipulative men that don't want to work and use a woman to go to work constantly and stay home. They're very insecure women, and they convince them that they are the only people in the world that care for them. Listen, without me, you got nothing. And then they convince them that nobody else could deal with them except for me, and then they make their wife or girlfriend go out and work, and they don't do shit. I mean, this is basically how Charles Manson convinced all those those teenage girls to be part of his family, right? These were all girls that didn't have a home, didn't have family. They were outcasts. And he brought them in and he said, nobody else cares about you. Nobody else cares about you except me. And that's a manipulative trait, and that's the worst type of human being there is. Okay? Especially when it comes to a man. Okay. Look, if this is happening to you and you can't cut your losses, just fight fire with fire. That's what you're going to have to say. So, back to you can't cook, right? I might be bad at laundry, but you can't cook, and everybody knows you can't cook, and they talk about it behind your back. Oh man, that hurts a woman, because a woman's whole idea of survival, if you will, for lack of a better term, is getting in good socially with the group and being accepted part of that group. Do you ever see a woman who has friends and they won't let that other woman in? Guys don't do this like women do this. Let's say you have you are a guy, you have a girlfriend. Your girlfriend fits in with this group of girls, the other guys' girlfriends or wives, whatever, and they fit into this group. You break up with that girl. 6 months later, you meet another girl, figuring, I'll just introduce her, but they don't let her in. There's a reason for that. They don't want to let her be accepted socially, knowing that you are an outcast. Being accepted socially is extremely important to a woman. Now, any man that is basically secure in himself, has a good career, makes money, has money in the bank, he could care less whether a group of guys like him or not, because he'll just go find another group of guys, right? I don't give a shit. I don't care if you don't like me or not. But that woman, it eats at them. It's terrible. It's just awful. Because from a primitive point of view, right, women have to be socially accepted in their little village or in their little community, because they need those people to raise children. They need those people to help around and their community and whatnot, and that is a way to survive. We men have to worry about hunting, right? So we have to go out and worry about bringing the food back. We got to worry about the fucking saber-tooth tiger we got to kill, whatever the hell we were hunting back then, right? So this is really, really important. So you say to her, they're laughing at you behind your back, and I'm the only one who sticks up for you. That'll stop them in their tracks. Personally, I don't think it should get that far. I think if you're out with a girl or you're dating a girl and you have any self-esteem and she's trying this, just recognize it and move on. Like I did with me. It took me some time to recognize it, but as soon as I recognized it, I moved on and I learned a life lesson. So look, that's basically the story today. That's gaslighting. It's very popular today. It's all over social media. Just be aware. Be aware of the girls that you date. Don't think that they're the only person. Because when you have that insecurity, manipulative women will pinpoint it and target you. It happens to women too. Okay, don't get me wrong. It happens to women too. I mean, it's really outweighed, but it really does happen. If a woman is really insecure and very submissive and she thinks she's worthless, a man will come and manipulate her. It's not as common, but it does happen. That's why you got to know your worth and you got to know your surroundings, and you have to be a good judge of character. If you're a good judge of character, you're going to meet the right partner. You're going to have a nice life. That's what we want. That's what this whole channel is about. This whole channel is about human nature, relationships. Even though I do stupid shit here and there to make it entertaining, this whole thing is about. I've been told I'm good at it, so this is what I'm doing. Anyway, that's gaslighting. Hope this helps, okay? Again, any questions? Uncle John 1201 Gmail or Instagram, Serious and Silliness. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Later.